Hi, I'm Fernando,
And I'm Joe.
and this is the Digital Addiction Empire. Now, we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite cartoons now. It's like a cartoon film, animated film. It's Justice League, the FlashPoint Paradox.
Yep.
Well, I guess in my opinion, will be probably one of the most epic animated ones that I've seen of the Flash. Me, I'm about to say the Flash. I'm a fan of the Flash. You know,
A Flash fanatic.
Hey, there you go. What? I didn't grow up too much at the Flash. I grew up more on the sides of like Superman. And then when I got a little older, I was like, holy crap, man, the Flash is awesome. So I like this so much. So now let's get to the story. And it starts off with in the beginning where he's with his mother and all that, young Barry. And it goes on where like he comes home one day from school and he finds that his mother's been murdered. And it progresses, you know. He comes across like on his phone. He knows like something's wrong, and he goes to the Flash Museum and he comes across was it Heat Wave, Captain I was about to say Captain America, Captain Boomerang, and Captain Cold, and Top, I think. And out of nowhere,
Master.
yeah, there you go. Out of nowhere comes the Reverse Flash. I guess one of the epic parts of too about this story is the Reverse Flash. And so he threatens him about the timeline and all that stuff. And Superman takes him away. And before he's taken away, he's like, "You can't save everyone, not the ones that are closest to you." And he's like, "Don't worry about it, man. It's like nothing I could run off." He runs, and no one knows what happens. He wakes up and he finds out that stuff are different. You know, he's not called Captain Cold anymore. He's called Citizen Cold. He notices that Citizen Cold, and Captain Boomerang are fighting for some reason. There's no such thing as the Rogues. There's no such thing as that.
This is after he saves his mom, right?
Yeah, this is after he saves his mom.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but people don't know that though. If what happened, you know, if like, of course, if you read the comics and all that, no one knows like what he did, and he realizes his mom's still alive, what's going on, and all this stuff, and then it goes to where Batman comes in. You don't know who he is, you know. Spoiler if you guys haven't seen this yet. It's Thomas Wayne.
Yeah. This is a different reality.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy too about this film. You know, it's just like how crazy. I never read the comic of FlashPoint, so it's like I might say something wrong. You know, some of you guys might get mad, whatever. But I didn't get fully into that, so yeah. And then he ends up changing the timeline and all that stuff. He figures out that Diana, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, they're both at war with each other because Aquaman and Wonder Woman, you know, have an affair. You know, they go crazy.
Some drama crap.
Yeah, some drama crap between that. Wonder Woman ends up killing Aquaman's wife, and everything just goes crazy. And Captain Atom gets taken, used as a weapon by Aquaman, and he wants to destroy the land dwellers. And everything just goes crazy. Everything goes crazy and all that. And another epic part too is like when when Barry gets to fight Erobarthon. So all that goes on. He realizes what he did wrong. He ends up saving his mother's life. He's like, "Oh, you didn't stop Hitler from doing blah blah blah." Blah blah. He saved his mommy. That's what he did. You know, just one ripple effect. This changes everything that he did wrong. You know. And now he realizes he has to go back in time and stop himself from saving his mother's life. Anything you have to say about the story?
I thought that by saving his mom and the whole ripple effect, how it was very cool. How basically how he just changed it so much. You know, I all he did was one good deed to save his mom, and how it changes everything. You know, Batman's a different person. It's Bruce Wayne's father. And, you know, Aquaman is a completely different person, kind of, and Wonder Woman's, and a lot of the names are different too. You know, so a lot of these heroes' names have like kind of a different name.
Yeah, instead of like Captain Marvel, it's Captain Thunder.
Yeah,
it's
so
a bunch of kids.
Yeah, so it's like Wonder Woman and the Amazon people basically at war versus Aquaman and like his people, and it's like this giant war. So it just basically takes you into like how much of a superpower these people really are if they really tried to be, you know, to take over the world. And basically how they use Captain Atom, as like a super nuclear bomb to basically like almost like destroys the
annihilates
whole
the
world.
entire planet.
Yeah, and basically how people's destinies are changed. And one of the ones that I thought was very interesting, because I thought that that was most likely to happen, was Superman ends up being captured by the government, and he ends up being like, in a lab rat,
Yeah.
for like the entire time. This guy doesn't grow up on a farm and, find, oh, I'm gonna be a good person, blah, 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 become Superman. This
Yeah,
guy,
he's not buff anymore. He's a skinny guy.
yeah, he's like a skinny guy, with his powers that was basically captured and basically in a lab his entire life. I thought that was like not like a major part of the story or anything. I just thought that was like a different reality that was very, very possible.
Yeah.
If a ship comes into space and the government finds it, they capture what's inside, and that's what happens.
Oh yeah, I think of that too. Like instead of like how it used to be in the other reality, his spaceship didn't crash into like a field. It crashed into the city of Metropolis.
Oh yeah. See.
So that's how everyone. That's how the government knew what was going on, and so that's how they captured him.
Yeah.
So that's another crazy part too about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I really like that, and then I just basically like the Reverse Flash. I watched a lot of like animated superhero movies. From like Batman, the Justice League, and all those, and I really like this movie, especially in the opening scene where the Reverse Flash hires all like the villains of
the rogues.
of the Flash.
Yeah.
And basically, he's in this movie, and it's just when I go back and I think about it, I was just like, how was the Reverse Flash never in any of the Justice League episodes? It's just like, what? They had so many like villains and like all this crap, but they never had the Reverse Flash in any of that. So when I saw this movie, I was like, cool, the Reverse Flash. I'm watching the TV series right now, and it has a Reverse Flash, and I kind of knew of the Reverse Flash before, but now they finally like brought him in, and I get to like kind of see like who he really is, and I thought they portrayed that very well in this movie. You have anything to add to that?
My likes will probably be like the Reverse Flash. It's just we finally get to see him in an animated film like this. He was in another one too with the Flash too. Like I think one of the older ones. I forgot which one it was though. I remember seeing it on YouTube. But yeah, just like the epicness of Reverse Flash. He's like one of the main villains of the Flash.
Yeah.
And it's just like he comes from the 25th century. He was like so obsessed with the Flash. He wanted to be the Flash. And so he replicated the thing that gave Barry his powers. And so when he realized, what he was and all that, he decided, why be him? I can be against him. I can ruin his life and all that. So, it just kills his
obsession.
Yeah. He just like goes back in time. He just wants to screw up Barry's life, not kill Barry like in the per se. It's like he just wants to screws up his life,
And then kill Barry.
Yeah, then in some instances, like in some other like storylines, depending on what it is, then he wants to kill him,
Yeah, and he's even willing to sacrifice himself to kill Barry.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. Like at the end of this, yeah, he's like, Barry's like, if you don't stop this, whatever, you'll die too. And he's like, you know what? He's like what people say in this era, it's worth it. like he doesn't. That's what I like about him. He's so cynical. He's so careless about what happens to himself, as long as he just kills Barry, as long as he just gets rid of him and everyone around him,
I mean, that's one hardcore hater.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about him, because he's like, some villains will be like, you know what, I like my life, I don't want to die, whatever, I want to do this, but him, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, he'll go past this, that breaking point, to ruin Barry's. Other people are just like, I'm just here to rob banks and get money, or like, I hate Superman a lot, but I'm not willing to like sacrifice myself, to kill this person. I don't think like Lex Luthor would do that. I hate you so much, Superman, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. He wouldn't do that crap.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's very, very.
Yeah, I can keep going on about Reverse Flash, man. He's epic, and the Flash too. So we're going on. So, what's your dislike? Any dislikes?
Building off of the Reverse Flash, I thought that I kind of want to see him a little bit more in this movie. He was in the beginning, he did so well, and then he had his little like face off against the Flash at the end of this movie, but in the whole like middle of this movie, he wasn't in it. So being like the villain of the movie, he wasn't really in most of the movie. Now that's probably my only like dislike of it.
Yeah, to feed off you too. I would agree with him because it's like I got into the Flash a lot more, so I'm a big fan of him, and the Reverse Flash is awesome. So yeah, I can say like yeah, I wish he was in it a lot more, especially like in the middle too, and like how he showed himself to Lois on purpose because he knew the Flash would see it. So
Yeah,
like I know we got to see him there in a little bit, but it's just not actually him. It's just like him just running by.
yeah,
So yeah, there's one thing I forgot to mention about the story too is when Barry is running away from the explosion, he runs back in time, stops himself, and then but before that, Thomas Wayne gives Barry a letter that he wrote for his son. So Barry ends up giving that note to his son. I guess it's like one of the first times we actually see Bruce Wayne / Batman cry. You know, because like his father, just
wrote him a letter.
yeah. I think that part was actually pretty cool because it goes to show that the Flash is actually one of the best messengers. Like you say, like like Hermes, like the god, it's like he's a messenger, but like the Flash is awesome.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy moment. You know, you never think that the Batman, everything he does for his parents, and then like he ends up getting a letter, from a different reality from his dad.
Yeah,
So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so this whole thing about the reviewing the Flashpoint is an honor, I guess you could say in some way, because of the season 3 of the Flash on TV. So it's about Flashpoint. The first episode's called Flashpoint, then it's Paradox. So yeah, so I thought like why not just do this animated film for those of you who are the fans of the Flash, Superman, Justice League, all in general. There you go.
The consequences of saving his mother.
Yeah. Now we get to the part of the ratings of the video. What is your ratings?
I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. Very, very good animated movie. Some things were kind of missing. It was a good movie overall, but being like a perfect, like Justice League or Flash movie, the alternate reality. This is like one of those movies where it's not like the normal, because it's a different reality, it can't be my favorite, because I want to see like the normal Superman, I want to see like the normal Batman and the Flash and stuff, but because it was like an alternate reality, I can't really like be a favorite of it. It was a fun experience watching this movie and seeing like different heroes, how they're like different and stuff, and I think one of my favorite things about this movie is basically how heroes died. People died in this like anime movie, which really made it like cool, because they could die because he was going to change the reality anyways. He was going to go back, fix his mistake, and so I thought that was really cool how they went to that. We can have these like heroes kill each other, because it's not like there's gonna be a sequel.
Yeah, like you saw Diana Wonder Woman kill Aquaman. And that part was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And you saw Thomas Wayne, Batman of this universe, shoot Eobard Thawne.
Yeah. So
he's like, "Oh, you killed him." He's like, "Not necessarily, because this is a different timeline. All he has to do is go back in time and change it."
Yeah. So I mean, I thought that was like something that I really liked about this movie.
Yeah, that was like something different from other like the animated series. It's like it actually showed him dying and all that stuff. Like actually like Black Manta getting shot up and blown up by that grenade.
Yeah, and then it's like Thomas Wayne as Batman is using guns.
Oh yeah. So that's something different.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why I give it a little bit not a perfect rating. It's just that because it doesn't really technically have Batman in it. It doesn't have like other favorite characters in it because it is like a Justice League movie kind of. But it was a very unique and cool experience and worth watching. So
my rating would be a 10. Because like I keep saying, man, I'm I'm a fan of the Flash, man. He's just so awesome. Who wouldn't want to have super speed, the ability to travel billions times faster than the speed of light. It's so awesome, yeah, that's my rating, man. Anything else you gotta say? You said it all. You good?
That's it.
All right. This is Digital Addiction Empire. Thank you for watching FlashPoint. Please like, subscribe, and comment bottom below, just like what you thought about this. If you read the comic book, I didn't, just let me know. So like, let us know, like, well, how was it, what you guys think of it. And if you haven't seen the TV show yet, watch the show, The Flash, and that's awesome. And follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
All right.